Hi again then guys, and so we've got another Gran Turismo 6 drag spec setup for you today, and this time it's for the widely loved Ferrari FXX, which is actually one of the quickest accelerating cars in the game. So you want your racing soft tyres, of course. I've increased the rear brake balance to 6 just to bring it to more of a controlled stop and to stop it from lunging as much under braking. For the suspension, we've got the ride height as high as possible at the front and then on 85mm on the rear. The reason for that is because although you do want the front raised to increase top end acceleration, you don't want it to be slammed to the floor because you will just bottom out off the line. And this is not just a top end drag tune, this is for the entire range of the car. So we want it to get off the line quick and to follow through. As far as the springs, we've got the front on 10, the rear on 9, for dampers 4 on the front and 3 on the back for compression, again to take up that weight transfer under acceleration off the line. For extension, we've got 4 front and rear, anti-roll as high as possible, neutral camber and toe to get as much tyre contact to the road as possible. For the gearbox, we've got an auto setting of 280. Then for the individual gears, we've got 4.2, 2.5, 1750, 1325, 1050, 850 and a final drive of 3.6. For the diff, the lowest initial torque to reduce wheel spin, high acceleration and low braking. All the power upgrades obviously, and I will be using NOS on this run. Unfortunately we can't adjust the downforce, and of course you want the full weight loss package. Traction control is turned off as always, and as with most of my drag tunes I will be using an auto box. Now as you can see, this is a stripeless version of the FXX. Incidentally, if you're new to the channel and you would like to have this colour for any vehicle, not just the FXX, I will put a link in the description for the video of how to get this special black colour. And as always, we're putting it up against what could be considered to be a superior vehicle, one of the most popular high-performance cars in the game, the Alfa TZ3. It's got more power than this car, a higher top speed, and generally accepted as being faster. And of course, they're both rear-wheel drive. So let's see how they compare. Now the Alfa, of course, is a much quicker car for top speed, around the best part of 20 to 30 miles per hour quicker top end. But as you can see, for low-end acceleration and even through mid-range and most of the top end, this car absolutely annihilates the FXX, the TZ3 I should say. As far as top speed, this is not a top speed tune. So the kind of top speed that you can get is pretty much the same top speed that the car can do with draft potential as well, if you know what I mean. It's not a draft tune, it's just designed to get up to the same kind of speed that it can usually do, but to get there as quickly as possible. Top end, of course, the TZ3 will always beat this car. The top speed of around 306 will always beat this car's 285-ish. But as you saw, for pretty much the best part of 5,000 metres, this can annihilate the TZ3. And the TZ3 is one of the quickest cars in the game. Most people know that by this point. So it gives you some idea of just how quick this car is. But when you see it pulling away from the TZ3, you kind of think, yeah, well, it's fast, but how fast is that really? It's not until you actually check the replay and write down the actual times that this car does that you realise just how crazy fast it is. To put it into perspective, this car hits 60 in 1.5 seconds. That's fast for a rear-wheel drive car. All-wheel drive cars can get off the line that quick fairly easily, but rear-wheel drive cars just don't go that fast usually. This hits 100 in 2.8 seconds. It hits 150 miles per hour in 4.8 seconds. We're getting into crazy territory with that kind of acceleration. It will hit 200 miles per hour in 7.8. There's hardly anything that can outrun this car for low-end acceleration. And ultimately, this will go from a standing start to 275 miles per hour in 17 seconds dead. That is insanely fast. It will do the quarter mile in 7.5, which is pretty much the quickest thing this side of a Veyron. It will do the standing mile, which is 1600 metres, in 18.3, which is very quick. And it will cover 7,000 metres, which is well over half of the straight, in a minute. So it may not have the best top-end speed of supercars in the game, but it is a seriously quick accelerating car. So if you decide to use this tune, it is most certainly competitive, and obviously I hope you also find it fun to drive as well. Like I said, if you want the solid black paint, which incidentally works for any vehicle, if you're new to the channel, then I'll put a link for that in the description of how to get that paint. And overall, that's about it really. So as always, thanks for watching.